Hello everybody and welcome back to my F1 22 My Team journey. We are at the end of Season 1 here at Abu Dhabi, and what a season it's been. We've had highs, lows, everything in between, but now it's time to end, hopefully on a high, and we're going to start that by knocking ourselves out of Q1. But first, let's have a look at some of the differences in the circuit, shall we? That bit there is pretty much of a muchness, but here, the chicane is gone. It's just a straight up braking point into the hairpin. It does allow for more overtaking. Then the long straight here, much of a muchness. We got to the end of the lap. I will show you some of the differences in the circuit, which you're now going to see. But the first lap was relatively good, so instead of another chicane here, there's this long left-hander, which I have got completely wrong.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
These corners here as well, they're not quite as tight as slow speed, so there is more speed allowed into these corners. And I'm trying to take as much as I can, and then it's flat out on this right, and try not to go too much on the curbs before we bolt for the finish line. And that lap wasn't particularly good. We need to do better, otherwise this final Q1 is going to see us out. And this time we missed the curve and we actually get the last corner right, but we lose time because we got a better exit previous times. But it's going to be 18th, so we don't make it out of Q1 for the final race, but there is a long race ahead of us.
It's time then for one final race in this year's Formula One World Championship. 2010 saw 4 drivers in contention for the title coming into this race, with Sebastian Vettel prevailing to become the youngest world champion today. Is the one last sting in the tail awaiting us today? It's time to find out in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have 16 corners here at Yas Marina Circuit, 7 to the right and 9 to the left. It's a total lap distance of 3.28 miles, 2 long straights and overtaking opportunities throughout the lap. And we expect average lap speeds of around 123 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday and he'll start from pole position. And it's Fernando Alonso alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Perez, Esteban Ocon and Sainz. They've taken a grid penalty. Bottas, Leclerc, Russell and Mick Schumacher. Ricciardo, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Vettel, Joker and Stroll. Tsunoda, they've taken a grid penalty. Albon, Guan Yu Zhou and Liam Lawson. Magnussen, Latifi, Norris and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you here with us today. But I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn 1, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Right then, here we go. The formation lap gets underway as the drivers prepare themselves for the final race of another fantastic season. Each driver on the grid will be hoping to end their campaign on as high a note as possible. So as all the cars reform the grid, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring their planned strategies are all in place.
So once again, a mammoth amount of penalties heading into this race. We've moved up a few positions on the grid. We're just parking up. So, for the final time in this first season of career mode, in this alternative F1 universe that we have created, we are about to go racing 29 laps of the Yas Marina circuit, and they begin now. It's lights out and away we go. Got a relatively decent getaway. Vettel on our left got away really well. Stroll's now having a look up my inside. Stroll's got the place, and I got a little bit hesitant there. I went a little bit deep, and that might leave me vulnerable to Albon behind. Albon not able to go through. Right, Stroll was vulnerable there. I was able to get through him, and next up we're going to have a look down the inside of Sebastian Vettel into the left-hander. We have got Park. No, we haven't. Vettel's got a great exit out of there. So I'm going to tuck in behind him, try and get the slipstream, but I've also got to be careful because Lance Stroll is up the inside, and Alex Albon is also getting in the mix. Vettel coming across, so I have to take sudden avoiding action. And I've also gone against Ricardo. Ricardo didn't get the exit, and I've gained 2 places there. I could have lost out, but I gained 2 places. Vettel has also got past Ricardo. That's hideously wide there. Vettel has got past Ricardo. We're up to P11 then at the start of the first lap in this final race. And straight away, I want to try and get after the battle in front of me, because that battle could involve points. Right, Valtteri Bottas dead ahead. What can we do about him? Using that slipstream, Are we going to take a look down the outside here? Yes, we are. We've got a bit deep. I'm going to try and switch back. Is that going to work? No. And also we had to cover off Sebastian Vettel there right at the end of that, so that doesn't help us out at all. Coming up to end another lap, and I'm having a look at Bottas down the inside of the last corner. Not usually a place we see overtaking. Side by side down the pit straight. Someone's in the pits. I'm not quite sure who it was. We're now going round the outside. Bottas bangs wheels with me, forces me off the road, but I managed to recover and I keep that position. And my defence for that is that he banged wheels and I went off the road. But Bottas is coming back at me anyway, so no harm, no foul. I try and tuck back in to try and get back past Bottas, but now I've got Ricardo on my right. I've got Vettel also having a look down the inside. How is this going to shake out? Not in my favour at Bottas is the answer to that. And we hold on to P10, but Ricardo is coming back. Danny Rick is not done with me yet. He's going to go down the inside of this new left-hander. We're going to try and stick it out around the outside. And have we managed to do that? Yes, we have. Ricardo, though, trying to get back at me round there. I'm shutting that down. That's not happening. Never in a month of Sundays is that happening. We're trying to get back up to Bottas here. I'm trying to go from 1 point to 2 points, not 1 point to 0 points. Right, Hamilton sets the fastest lap at the end of the 3rd lap, and how we're only in the 3rd lap and we've seen this much wheel-to-wheel action, I do not know. Right, Ricardo coming back at me. That line isn't helping there as we've gone deep and onto the curb. And Daniel Ricciardo has now got back past me, but I'm going to have the inside into the hairpin. I elect not to use it though. I'm thinking, you know what? We can get DRS, we might be able to get him back, but look how much momentum Ricciardo has out the corner. So it's already us at a disadvantage. We'll try to have a look. No way through there, and in fact, Stroll having a very late look there. We're going to have a second shot at DRS on Ricciardo, but he's got too much torque out in the corner and he's gone before we could even think about trying it. So for now it's P11 and we're going to try and hold back Alex Albon. And we have actually got a bit of a gap to Vettel and Albon because they both pitted. Right, Sainz in the pits, that allows us up another place. And Vettel and Albon, once they're done scrapping, they're going to come straight at me quite quickly because they're both quite quick in this race. And in fact, they have caught me by lap 7, so we're going to try and keep them behind as much as we can. I'm pushing hard, too hard, and we're into the wall and out of the race!
That was a heck of an impact. Let me know you're okay.
No! Bollocks! Season 1 ends in the wall. Damn it.
As we wrap up another fantastic Formula One season. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. This result narrows the gap between our championship leader and the rest of the standings.
Not the way I wanted to end season one. Pushing too hard. As soon as I went wide, I jammed on the brakes, knew what was going to happen, but
no doubt that he and his team
it was too late to do anything at that point, and that was our race over.
Now moved out of sight.
Lewis Hamilton winning the final race of the season, then with Verstappen getting second, and George Russell getting third, Perez, Ocon, Alonso, Norris, Ricciardo, Leclerc and Sainz rounding out the top 10. So at the end of the season, Leclerc is very comfortably world champion with, I've lost count how many wins. George Russell is second, then it's Hamilton, Perez finishing ahead of Verstappen, the scenes at Red Bull, Lando Norris picking up a solid 6th place, Carlos Sainz getting 7th, and Alonso in his final season in this F1 universe finishing 8th. Bottas and Ricciardo 9th and 10th, and we are 11th. So not too bad place to finish, 11th on 61 points. Our highlights being 2 5th places and a 3rd place. So I'm very happy with that. And as you can see downwards, Liam Lawson is the last of the point scorers with 2 points, and Dan Ticktum didn't even score a point. So at the end of it all, Ferrari again quite comfortably win the Constructors' Championship. Then it's Mercedes, Red Bull, McLaren, Alpine, Alfa Romeo, Haas. We get 8th in the end, and I'm pretty happy to have grabbed 8th in the Constructors in the first season. Then Aston Martin, Alpha Tauri had an absolute shocker down in 10th, and Williams rounding out everybody else. So that was that. That was season 1. Season 2 will begin on the 30th of August, and oh dear. Liam Lawson in an interview said something that was stripped of context and came across poorly. And it's now created a Twitter storm. Oh, you didn't do a Yuri Vips, did you? Anyway, we've now gone for apologising, and we're going to look at the driver market for Season 2. So, guys, who do you think my Season 2 teammate is going to be? We've got a bit of a choice to make here, but who are we going to choose? Will we take one of the legends? Or will we take an F2 driver that needs a seat? We have many choices available to us. August the 30th, you will find out who will be my Season 2 teammate when Season 2 begins. Thank you for watching. TTFN guys, ta-ta for now.